And we're back, guys. We are at the French Open, and we are going to take a look at each matchup one by one. And look, the goal is 80% win rate, but I must give you a disclaimer, guys. This is for entertainment purposes only, okay? There are some matches where I can predict the probability 100% of the time. I know what the outcome will be. And for other matches, like I don't know all the matches. For other matches, it's just me giving my expert opinion. So again, this is for entertainment purposes only, all right? And we are going to take a look at Isla Tomljanovic and Diana Yastremska. But first, I want to take a look at the quarters. So if you like to take a look at future outcomes, then there are options for every player in this draw. And I want to take a look at quarter one and quarter two. And essentially what this means is the upper portion of the draw, these are the two players that are most likely to reach each other in the semifinal. Now, I want to take a look at quarter one first because this is the defending champions quarter. So if you think Iga Swiatek will make the semifinal match in France, now she doesn't have to win it. If you just think she'll make the semifinal match, then Iga's a 5-1 favorite to do that. That's a future event that you can pick Iga Swiatek to win. Danielle Collins has the next best chances of making it to the semifinal. She's a 4-1 underdog. Marketa has a 11-1 underdog chance of making it to the semifinal. Barbora, a 20-1 underdog chance of making it to the semifinal. But listen, I did a post in the community. Who has the best chance to beat Iga? So Barbara was on there. I couldn't put Danielle on there because there's only 4 options. I put Naomi Osaka. I mean, she's a 4-time slam champion. She's beat Iga before. And if you think Naomi will make it to the semifinal, she's a 20-1 underdog, as well as Katarina, who's also a 20-1 underdog, as well as Barbara, who's a 20-1 underdog. Now, Barbara, guys, she has beat Iga Swiatek the last 2 times she's played her. And I've called both matches for you guys to pick Barbara. Barbara plays Iga well. She has great variety. And Barbara remembers a time where Iga wasn't that dominant. So she also has the mental edge. Now, Barbara, guys, of all the times she's played Iga, which is 4, the head-to-head is 2. Barbara's won the last 2 meetings. Barbara has won more service games than Iga. Very interesting. Okay? Barbara is a threat to Iga in this draw. You better believe it, okay? Now, in terms of quarter two, that's quarter one. So Iga, the overwhelmingly favorite, 5-1 favorite to reach the semifinal. Quarter two, this is Coco's quarter. So who, if Iga reaches the semifinal, who has the best chance of meeting her there for a showdown? Coco. If you think Coco will make the semifinal, she's an even wager. That means if you put $1 on her, you'll win $1. Yelena Ostapenko's a 5-1 underdog to make the semifinal. We all know she's a big threat to Iga. Iga's never beat Yelena Ostapenko. Ons is a 7-1 underdog to make the semifinal. Beatrice Haddad, a 9-1 underdog to make the semifinal. Ludmilla, 10-1 underdog to reach the semifinal, which I don't think Ludmilla has a chance, but you never know. And Leylah Fernandez, a 12-1 underdog to reach the semifinal. So Coco and Iga, it looks like at least the odds makers think there's a good chance, there's a good probability that Coco will reach the semifinal where she'll face Iga Swiatek again. And if you're not aware, the last time they played, 6-4, 6-3, nearly a 2-hour match. That tells me that was a battle. That was a tough match for Iga. But nonetheless, Iga did prevail. I'm going to take a look at quarters 3 and 4 in a different video. So make sure you like the video, show some love, hit the super thanks. Let's get it on, guys. Isla Tomljanovic, Diana Yastremska. She's never beat Diana. Now, they haven't played in a while, so that's one thing. But Isla hasn't played at all this year. Literally, right? She does have 9 matches on the year, but she's only played 2 matches on clay. And the last match on clay, she had to retire against Renata Zarazoa. 3-love, she retired. And I gave you that pick for Isla to beat Renata in Brazil, where Isla won her challenger title on her comeback after the injury last year. But Isla hasn't been active, and that tells me that, I mean, she's doing a lot of commercials, but that tells me she's probably not healthy. And of course, retiring, she's not healthy. She have enough time to recover in under 2 weeks. Who knows? I mean, I've said it time and time again. Women's tennis, they heal the fastest of all the sports. I mean, you'll have a female tennis player retire on Tuesday, and she's playing a new tournament on Saturday. Or they'll retire on Saturday, eliminated, and next Wednesday they're playing a new tournament. It's just, I'm telling you, it's amazing. But Diana, the last time they played was in 2019, where Diana was an upcomer. She was voted the, newcomer of the year. Very exciting, fresh off of that Wimbledon championship against her bestie, or a former bestie, Potapova gone wild. And meanwhile, while they were playing in Wimbledon, Coco was doing her thing, literally. Coco was coming up on the main tour. So all of these ladies are amazing, but what concerns me about Isla is she hasn't played. But the other thing about Isla, in case you don't know, and I've said this time and time again, she's a fighter, she's a pusher, she's mentally tough, and a lot of people that haven't watched her, they don't realize how tough Isla is. She's mentally tough. She never quits, guys. She never gives up. The only thing here is she doesn't have the stamina to push the style of play she has. She has worked on her power. She's worked on her serve. She's not double faulting as much. But Isla, she hasn't played. There's no way she has the stamina to go too long, three deep sets. She just doesn't have it. Um, so I like Diana really to come out and dictate the pace and tempo in this match. I think Diana comes out and wins the first set, and it's going to be tough to pick Isla to win the first set because Isla has not played, and the last time she played, she couldn't even make it through 3 games. So Diana's going to push a very fast pace, where Isla's, I don't, her movement, there's no way her movement's there. Now, I'm not saying she can't win the match. She's never beat Diana, but it's going to be tougher to do so half after having not played. Now, I imagine, look, she's in France, she's practicing, she's building up her stamina. She's always had great stamina. She's always had good mental toughness. I've always talked about this. And if she were active in playing her, I would probably take her to upset Diana, because Isla's a type of player. She's a defensive player. She gets balls back. When you play Diana and you get balls back, she's going to end up making mistakes. But I just don't think she has the stamina right now. So therefore, we're going to take Diana to win the first set in this match. And I think Diana will win the match. Next up, Lesia Tsurenko from the hard-hitting Ukraine, another Ukrainian, taking on Dana Vekic. Dana Vekic does what Dana Vekic does, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Vekic is 500 on the year, 10-10. She's having a losing season on clay, 1-3. She's not known as a great clay player, but Tsurenko has a lot of experience on clay, guys, a ton. And this is the match where, look, last time they just played at Rome and went 3 sets. Lesia, you have to like her chances in this match of beating Dana, because she's dominated her. I mean, she's literally, of the 4 times they played, they've only played once on clay, but they've played all of their 4 meetings within the last 2 seasons. And Tsurenko has won the last 3 meetings. But we're going to take the first set over 8.5. I think both ladies will hold, and I think it's going to be competitive. That's the pick there. Next up, we have Yafan Wong taking on, that's got to be Tinkanova, right? It's got to be Tinkanova. And look, we saw her with the big breakout at the Australian Open. Now, Yafan Wong, she's not really known as a clay player. I've watched a lot of her on the ITF. She is a hard player without a doubt. She's only 1-3 on clay, and that's on the season here. So she's not doing well on clay. While Timofeeva burst on the scene, guys. I think she's got to be in her 20s now. But again, not a lot of experience on clay. She's only 1-5 on clay. These 2 ladies have never played. Timofeeva's on a skid, guys, a 4-match losing skid. I mean, we saw losses to Talia Preston, who is pretty good, also a young player, Harriet Dart. And while Yafan had a pretty good match against Victoria Tomova, she did win some service games before getting a bagel in the second set. Yafan does get tired. Timofeeva, if she pushes the pace and mixes in her short ball, she could win a lot of points. Yafan she's going to want a baseline. While Timofeeva has athletic ability, she can mix it up. Both of these ladies do not look good. They're both struggling. But I think Wong should have enough to beat Timofeeva. She really should. So we'll go with Wong to get the victory there. Veronica Cudermetova taking on Mary Boo. This is going to be a good match, guys. Two of my favorite ladies on tour. Bouzkova's a defensive player, guys. A lot of people don't realize she is a hard player. Even though she loves to play in France and Spain, she loves to play on clay. Veronica got her big break on clay. Remember that, guys. The Porsche Grand Prix and Rome and the French Open. She got her big break during this stretch of the tour, and I think this has got to be a special time of year for her, just remembering that where she got her break. And Veronica's struggling though. She's 7-12 on the year, 3-4 on clay. She's having a losing season. Bouzkova's 500, but what concerns me about Veronica, she's lost 3 in a row. I mean, Carly's a match she should have won. She should have beat Kerber in Rome. She's struggling now. Bouzkova's won 6 of her last 10. She's got wins over Jessica Ponce from France, who I said would get that wild card. Ponce's tricky. She holds her racket like Haley Baptiste. She's very skilled with her racket. Rakimova's a young, good, solid clay player. Laura Sigmund is tricky. I told you to take her in Bogota. She won that. Haley Baptiste, mentioning Baptiste, she's good. Very versatile, good variety, good shot maker. Veronica, I don't know if she needs a break mentally, but she's very emotional lately on the court, and it's just telling me that I don't know. It's just saying she's stressed, I guess, basically. The head-to-head Veronica does own, but she just hasn't looked good. And the pick here, I think Bouzkova's going to win at least a set. If Veronica's going to win this match, she's going to have to do it in 3. I think Bouzkova wins the first set in particular, but the pick is for Bouzkova to win a set. And she's going to put a lot of pressure on Veronica to perform here. So those are the picks, guys, for the first video. I like Bouzkova to win at least a set. I think Wong has enough to get past Timofeeva. I like the first set over 8.5, Vekic and Lesia. And I like Diana to win the first set. Those are the picks, guys. Stay tuned. We're going through the entire draw here. Tennis in a Minute. I'm your host, Good Energy. Like the video, show some love, hit the super thanks. We'll be right back, guys. Thank you.